Hello, my friends. I guess to start, first, I'm letting you guys into my process. So, I've never tried to film a video while I'm live streaming before, and really only live streamed once. So, I am a novice. The other thing is, I don't watch a lot of live streaming, and the live streaming that I have watched, it's just not really my style. So, it's not that it's bad. So I'm just gonna wing this. I'm just gonna do it in the way that I think I'm gonna enjoy. Because if I enjoy it, then I'll do more of it. The other thing to keep in mind is that, as I kind of let you into the process, is that I've never built this particular build before. I've made a simple prototype of it, but it's new to me. So, and it's gonna get pretty big. And I don't know exactly how long it's going to take to build, so hopefully I do it in one sitting tonight. I think it's going to be awesome, but you never know until you build it. And with a lot of these things, that's just part of the game. Like putting it together is when you find out. The other thing is full disclosure. Um, there are actually no illegal building techniques in what I'm going to make today. Like with the circles I have here, the incomplete connections, that's illegal. I don't actually set out to use illegal techniques. I just typically do because that is what makes a really fun build for me. So this is actually a totally legal build, but I think it's going to be cool anyway. The other thing is that failure is an option. Failure is part of the game that I play. So I like to think that failure is what you do on your way to something amazing. So who knows where this thing goes? And if it blows up at some point, then that'll just be part of the fun. And I don't think there's anything else more to say other than as this goes, if I have moments to stop, I'll take questions, but I will see if I can answer some of those. But my primary goal is just to build, do a lot of clicking, see how it goes, and your feedback is more than welcome. It's actually awesome. The more feedback I get, the more I can learn how to do this crazy game, and maybe I can do it more. So, with all of that, I'm going to roll away my circles here, get rid of caveman, and let's get started. So first pause. One of the challenges in making these videos is I'm never 100% sure how I'm going to construct this for the video. Like I know how I'd build it if I were just building by myself, but for the video, I kind of want to do it in a way that's interesting. So I may have to restart this if I'm not happy with how things are going. We'll keep going. right. So one question, well, I might have more than one question, is what do you think of the color? I had some options, not in terms of the orange inverted plates, but I could have used different colored tiles. I'm pretty happy with the orange combo, straight orange, very carrot-like. But I think it's going to look cool when it's all done. All right. So that last layer was 20. And the way that this lattice comes together, and I've seen the word lattice get bandied around a couple times, is that it starts with 1, and then 2, and then 4, and then 6, and then 9, and then 12, and then 16, and then 20, which is a strange pattern. I also love spinning it, and part of what's magic about this build is just how balanced it is. But at some point, every spin's going to make me a little nervous that I'm going to wreck it. But you know what? That's part of the adventure. I think the thing that is amazing about this build is just how balanced it is. Like as it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, it's got a little bit of wobble to it. But this is kind of the magic of Lego as the medium of an art piece, is every single one of these is exactly the same, which means they weigh the same and they're shaped the same. So they balance out perfectly. All right. I almost lost that one. It's getting a little scary every time I spin it. Yeah, it may be getting too big to spin. I don't know. I think the next layer, I just don't think I can not spin it. It just kind of begs to be spun. But I saw a few questions stream through. I'm going to rest my arm. One question I get a lot is, isn't this boring? Like clicking the same thing together over and over and over again. And for some people, totally get it. It's not their jam. And I just kind of like it. Like there's a calmness to it. There's a meditative quality to it. And mostly though, like I'm after the end result. Like this build is not, it's not going to blow your mind in terms of some kind of spectacular twist or bend, But the scale of this one, I think that is what is going to get crazier and crazier as I get tireder and tireder. I have not been stopped by a tragic fail yet. That's good. I have to say, I kind of love this thing. And I totally get if this is not your jam. Something about the symmetry of this thing that's just crazy. And if you haven't figured it out by now, kind of symmetry is what makes me happy. All right, this is where I'm just being really indulgent, but I love this stuff. All right, so what's the piece count so far? Actually, I've totally lost track. I know that last layer was 90 motifs. Each motif has 3 parts. So just that top layer was 270 pieces. And Fear Striker has it. Every layer is, it's basically 1 times 2. The next layer is 2 times 2. The next layer is 2 times 3. The next layer is 3 times 3. And that is the pattern. I did look it up. It's an identified pattern in the pantheon of crazy mathematics. But this is what I like to call visceral mathematics. Like, this is real math. Okay. Stop waxing philosophical and let's go for the 100 layer. So we got a thump without a fail. I'll consider that a win. So that was the 10 by 10 layer, 100 motifs on the top. So I have roughly 500 to 600 of these to add to this monster. And then, of course, after each layer, I got to give it a physical spin. So hopefully there will be no tragedy in any of these spins. We did have one topple last time around, but the sculpture survived intact. But the bigger this thing gets, the heavier it is. So I am holding out hope that we can keep it upright. Another success. I think I'll get a little more bold on my spinning as I go. I kind of don't want to ruin it right now. So I saw a question earlier about why an inverted pyramid. And the simple answer to that is that I have to add that layer on the big part. So if I had it upside down, it would be hard to construct. But the real reason is that a normal pyramid's kind of boring. Like I only want to do it if it's really strange, really cool. It'd be interesting to figure out how much weight are bearing down on those 3 bricks at the bottom. I'm going to get a couple shots of the interior, and we'll put on the 144 layer and see if it survives. All right, that's my sign. I need to do a quick repair, and then let's try to get that one more layer. I think I have 2 layers I could add. I don't think that last one's going to go on. So that is the 144 layer. And I think I'm going to have one chance to get it up and spin before it collapses under its own weight. Well, there you have it. How many orange inverted Lego slopes and tiles does it take to make an inverted pyramid that won't hold its own weight? We figured out the answer.